Hi, I'm Leo. Welcome to the show. Now, today I want to talk about the audience, fans, fandom of any medium, really, but mostly about filmmaking. I definitely think that we've lost the script. We've idolized people a little bit too much. I think that power has gone to people's heads, influence has gotten to people's heads, and honestly, I think that we value beliefs over the art. I definitely believe that. People, they're much more willing to go watch a movie made by, either a woman or a leftist, a Republican, they believe like, oh, these people have my beliefs. I want to support them. But honestly, when it comes to art, the art should tell its own thing. It should stand on its own. And the artist behind the art should fade into the background. And I feel like that's kind of strange how that's happened. Especially more and more as, Jordan Peele and a lot of social commentary filmmakers come out of the woodwork. I think it's strange how the entertainment value has focused more on preaching and commentating on our society rather than telling a good story. I guess that's where I'm eternally confused. My favorite director is John Carpenter, and a lot of my beliefs come from Wes Craven because I genuinely love the audience. I think that the audience allows the artist, the director behind something, to be able to make a living, to be able to entertain, to be able to do what they feel like they were born to do. And, to be able to give somebody that power to be able to make art and make that their living, I think that's a very powerful thing. To love something is very, very selfless, but at the same time, very selfish. It's a duality thing. It's kind of a contradiction. I love John Carpenter as a director. I think he's a fantastic filmmaker, and so, like I said, Wes Craven as well. But do I want to see those directors make stuff, to the end of time through AI? No. I think at some point their art needs to, stand the test of time and be what they are, instead of being artificially prolonged or being forced to make more. I think at some point, the art just needs to be left alone and be appreciated for what it is. And, be a product of its time. I definitely feel like hype, the concept of hype, like, every time a new Nolan movie comes out or a Tarantino movie is slated to come out, people get on the hype train, and I definitely think it ruins expectations, and I think it ruins people's ability to seek out other material, other films, and it ruins the ability of up-and-coming filmmakers to make their name because people are so stuck on these other people's styles. There's nothing wrong with loving a certain style. However, I do think there's a problem with today's audiences where that's all they'll go see. They won't. It's almost like a comfort thing. I think they don't want to move on and experience something new, a new experience. It's kind of the Disney situation, I feel, where people are just so stuck in the past. Their values are rooted in nostalgia, and that's all they'll go see is, member berries or nostalgia berries from the past. And that I see that with No Way Home and Disney movie MCU stuff in general. But Halloween, the all the slasher franchises being revitalized, we're very, those movies have a place, I think, in cinema, in modern cinema, but it shouldn't be all that we have. We should still be getting original content routinely. And I feel like the death of the $5 to $10 million to $30 million mid-budget film is really what's caused the degradation of new and interesting filmmakers being given chances to stand out, to make their mark. Because ever since the MCU, and honestly I'd probably say since like 2015, 2016, it's either people go out and see a blockbuster or they go out and see an indie film. $1-2 million movies or $250 million movies. I definitely think it's strange how that's become the normal. A lot of our favorite movies were either mid-budget or indie, but some of them, yes, they were blockbusters, but I just definitely think that we've lost the script on, what movies we'll go out and see as an audience. Jaws, it was very much a blockbuster movie. They, the studio wanted Universal and, Universal, they wanted a blockbuster movie. And they picked Jaws. I always go back to Jaws because it's so interesting. Jaws was a $9 million film, and that was a good chunk of change back in that time. If I'm not mistaken, the budget went up to like 15 million or something like that. But that's still a mid-budget movie that made $400 million. And back then, that was a lot of money. That was a certified blockbuster film. But it was still a mid-budget film that allowed a new director to take chances. And not even those types of movies are getting made anymore. Which is interesting. It's very interesting how that works. And honestly, audiences sometimes, they want something in between. I think they don't want blockbuster, but they don't want indie movie. They want something in the middle where the director gets to make their mark and have, if they have something to say, they can say it without, constantly getting, micromanaged by the studio. Because most people don't know that blockbusters, they're mostly made by committee. All the decisions, all the creative stuff, like most of that stuff is by committee, because they have to advertise to the widest audience possible to recoup all that money back. It has to be, be able to be seen by a wide range of people. In indie films, it's a niche, very niche ordeal, because indie movies, I think indie movies are an acquired taste. To be able to look past the low budgetness and to see the gold mine underneath all the low budget feel, low budget look. I think it's an acquired taste. But people, today they just want to watch the blockbusters, and I think most people who love older movies, they see this too. Like they see that, you know, the mid-budget movies are gone and we desperately need them. So we need to make a change. We need to make a change as an audience and as filmmakers. I feel like filmmakers, we need to stop, I would say, disrespecting the audience by making lower quality movies because it's easier. We need to, as an audience, we need to start going and seeing, you know, mid-budget movies, original movies. You know, we need to get back into it. I know it's expensive, but that's just the things that I see. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. This was the first video, so it's always special. But hopefully you guys learned something. That's really what I want this channel to be about, is learning about the audience and how filmmakers see the audience, and hopefully we have an understanding, and you know, the cinema doesn't die off, because the cinema is currently, it's rough to sit through a movie at a cinema. You know, people talking and throwing stuff, you know, on their phones. You know, it's very aggravating. It's one of the reasons why I stopped going. I stopped going to the movies for a while because it's unpleasant. You know, people have gotten really unpleasant in the theater. So yeah, I definitely think that, you know, over time things will get better, but for now I'm here to talk about these things. I'm here to talk about, you know, the movie industry and how the audience treats the artist, and how the industry treats the artist, and how we want to treat you, and, you know, hopefully make a mark on the world. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.